Okay, so about 2 years ago, my dad had a near heart attack. Because of that, I decided to create a smartwatch that is able to predict stress levels and heart alerts.
Okay, welcome to the Non-Par Studios with your host Richmond Setrana. We talk about all the trending issues in politics, education, business, sports, and everything that you can think about. We seek to empower, we educate, and then also we highlight the amazing things that young people are doing in their country. And today at our studios, we have a very young, beautiful lady by the name Amanda Aninagyei. She's a recent graduate from Manchester University who has built a device, a smartwatch actually, that is able to diagnose health problems. And she's here to tell us all about it. So Amanda, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, I mean, this is a very brief introduction that I've done, but I'm sure our viewers would want to hear a lot more about you. So maybe you can give us your family background and educational background, and then we'll now delve into what you've done.
Okay, so my name is Amanda Aninagyei. I'm 22 years old, and I just graduated from Manchester University with a BSc in Electrical and Electronics Engineering. By the way, I graduated first class.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I attended Hillview Missouri in Ashoman. Then I went to Wesley Girls High School and finally Manchester University. Yeah, that's basically what it says about me.
Okay, so before we even talk about the smartwatch, right, let's talk about Manchester a bit. So, you just recently graduated from Manchester, and I also know you took part in a contest. You came fourth. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, so it's the NEIP Presidential Pitch Season 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So when my school posted my final project on Facebook, someone commented that I should participate in the program. I didn't know about it, but I decided to go ahead and I applied. I got selected. We were shortlisted to 55. We had a pitch in front of the judges and shortlisted to 20, and then finally shortlisted again to 10. So the 10 of us, 10 finalists, presented to the president, and I came fourth in the competition. The president of Ghana.
Wow.
Yes. So yes, I'm excited to share that I was fourth. It was unexpected, so it's a great opportunity.
Amazing. I'm sure you have some cash prizes and some goodies that came along with it. So congratulations on it.
Thank you.
Right. So let's talk about your smartwatch now, right? So, probably we all saw it's coming that there's going to be a day we are going to have watches that don't only tell the time, but we can also have maybe alarms and other things with it. But something that can actually be able to detect health problems in our system. These are not things that probably we saw coming some years down the line. And even if we saw it coming, we only thought it's the big corporations like Apple, Samsung, they're the ones who kind of do these things. So for a young lady from Brekus on the mountains of Ashesi to devise such a plan, right, and to inculcate this kind of health diagnostics into a smartwatch, how did that idea come about?
Okay, so about 2 years ago, my dad had a near heart attack. I was in school actually, and everything happened. It took everyone by surprise. Yes, so it motivated me to come up with this watch because I was like, okay, I know there are smartwatches on the market. Even I wanted a smartwatch. I hadn't yet bought one, but I realized they only tell the time, heart rates, and all of that. And their focus these days is more on communication, like you can check your text messages, notifications, and things like that. So yes, because of that, I decided to create a smartwatch that is able to predict stress levels and heart alerts. So because of that, you'll be able to tell before like something like a heart attack happens in the first place.
You see it coming.
Yes, you see it coming.
Okay. So now let's talk about Shesi a bit more. Okay. So your dad nearly had a heart attack, and you're like, okay, then let me create a device that will be a solution to people who may experience heart attacks or are prone to experiencing heart attacks. But what made you think, you know what, I should be the one to create the device? Why didn't you think, oh, Daddy, I think you should be going to the hospital more, you should be checking, be more conscious of your health more? Why did you think that I can create a device? Is it because of the school you attended does HSE play a role in this, or how did you come up with the idea that you can do it?
Okay, so I think that HSE definitely plays a role. Also, it's about the fact that I need to like believe in myself, and I don't think anything is impossible if you're able to put your mind to it. So yes, HSE played a role. It also happened that I was getting closer to my final year projects. We call it capstone.
Okay.
So we needed to come up with ideas for capstone, and I presented it. Initially, it was like, can you really do it? But I felt like, yes, I could. If I put my mind to it, I could. So I had a supervisor. He was also supportive, and he helped me get everything together.
Okay, so it's like a project. So it's something that you are building on your own. Do you have a team? How does it work?
Okay, so for capstone, you can have a team of up to 3 for engineering, but it's mainly just 2s and 1s. But I worked on it alone, so it was just me. It's an individual project.
Wow, that's really impressive. So now we want to go into the details of the smartwatch, right? So what are the features? I want you to take your time and mention the features and deeply explain what they do.
Okay, so it measures heart rate variability. So that's basically the beats per minute of your heart, and blood oxygen concentration. So like we know that the blood in the body goes to the lungs, to the heart, those things, the circulation. So it measures the amount of oxygen in the blood. Yes. And it measures accelerometer and gyroscope value. So accelerometer is basically like steps taken, and gyroscope is relative position. So like the X, Y, and Z axis. Like I'm climbing a mountain, I'm descending a mountain, that type of thing.
Okay. So how are you able to tell that, okay, there's something wrong? How is it able to give you that signal?
Okay, so I incorporated Bluetooth into it. So you are able to transfer the data from the watch to websites that I created. But in due time, the watch would display it itself. But for now, you're able to send the data through Bluetooth to a nearby device like your phone or your laptop, open the website, and then when you upload the file, it also has a path where you are able to upload individual values, but there's also a path for the file so that recorded data during the day is stored, and then if you upload it, it gives you stress levels and heart alerts. So you see your stress levels over the day and heart alerts. So the heart alert is like 0 or 1.
Okay.
I chose to make it 0 or 1 so that you know whether it's like go to the hospital, don't go to the hospital.
So 0 is?
So 0 is you're okay, not as a heart risk, and 1 is like high risk, you should consider going to see a professional.
Okay. So I know you spoke about this. I want you to go a little more detail. I'm sure you probably answered a part of it, which is what makes this different from the other products out there, like the Apple Watch, the Samsung Gear. What makes it different from that? Because someone actually asked this question on social media. When I just posted what you do, I checked the comments and someone asked that, okay, what makes your device unique from what Apple Watch is doing?
Okay, so what makes mine unique is that I have advanced algorithms that measure stress levels and heart alerts.
Okay.
Theirs don't.
Okay.
So you're able to check your heart beats, but that's it. Like, what does that data mean to you?
Okay.
Any normal individual, personally myself, I won't be able to understand what it's telling me. Yes, I see my heart rate or even my blood pressure, but then what's next?
Okay.
Yes, so mine is able to tell you your stress levels, so you see how high your stress levels are, and heart alerts to identify whether you need to go to the hospital or not. It also gives you doctor's recommendations. So you're being told that your stress levels are high, you need to see a doctor. So there's even a feature of the watch that when so the normal resting heart rate of an individual is 60 to 100 beats per minute.
Okay.
So above those levels, for now, I set the limit to 150 beats per minute. So once it records 150 and above, it tells you that your heart rate is 150 beats per minute or above, and you should consider taking a break because your heart rate is high. But that's for resting heart rate. But it's also for walking up and down. So that's also going to be incorporated into the watch.
I just have a question. So when that happens, are you going to get a beep, or how does it work? Or
yes, there's going to be a beep to alert the person, but the screen changes. So right now it's a yellow interface and all of that. But when that happens, it changes to red, and then you see it.
You see it. Okay, that's fine. So now my next question is, I'm looking at the watch, right?
Yeah.
And aesthetically, it doesn't look too pleasing.
Yeah.
Right. So is it meant for the wrist? Because the way it's looking, I don't think it's something that people want to wear on their wrist.
Yes.
So what's the plan?
So the plan is to make it smaller.
Okay.
So with the amount of money I had and the amount of time I had, this is what I was able to come up with.
Okay.
Although it works, obviously everyone wants something that's like very beautiful and all of that. So I would work on it to make it smaller. It's possible to make it smaller. Okay. There are also miniaturized like sensors that do the same thing. So that would be done, and I would need to make a card model of case and then print it out. But with the time constraints and everything I had, this is what it is. But it will definitely look more beautiful with time.
Right. Okay. So I think at this juncture, we'll appreciate it if you can give us a little demo of how the watch works.
Okay. So ideally, I always have a battery. Unfortunately, my battery went off, so I'm going to have to connect it just to power it up. So you wear it on your wrist.
Okay.
Yes, it has straps that can be locked, and then so the wrist, you have a pulse on your wrist, so then it's able to detect your heart rate, the steps taken, blood oxygen concentration.
So I can see 69 beats per minute. So
that's
your
it's
resting
reading from my finger.
Okay.
It can work from any part of your body that blood flows,
okay.
but there are certain parts of the body that has better pulse flow. So
okay.
Yeah. So yes. So then you see it changes. So you see the beats per minute. It also has a real-time clock for telling you the time and date. So it's not like, okay, you're just wearing it for your heart. It also tells you time and date.
Okay.
And then you have blood oxygen concentration and steps taken.
Okay.
Yes. So when you wear it, you get to see everything.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So is this like a prototype? Is it like being mass produced at this point? What's the stage that you've got into?
So for now, this is a prototype, and it's not yet being mass produced. So as we mentioned earlier, when I went for the NIP presidential pitch, I was given an amount of money to be able to work on it and start a business. So very soon, in less than a year, I'll definitely have the final product out. And then when it goes for official testing, we'll start mass producing.
Okay. So that ties into my next question, which is support, funding. So you've gotten some appreciable support from the government,
Yes.
which is the seed fund that you received. And then what about your school or any other agencies or organizations?
So for now, I don't have any funding aside the one that I just received only a few days ago.
Okay.
Actually, the money isn't yet in, but I believe that it will come in.
We are praying, Akufo-Addo, please. President Akufo-Addo, please release the money.
Yeah, anyone that wants to support is definitely welcome, so we could all make this a possibility for Ghanaians.
Okay. And so what are the long-term plans of this project?
So definitely it's something that I want to go out to the market. I know it's going to save many lives. So long term, I want to make it into a full-time business, employ people, train people on electronics, making watches, and even go into further advanced algorithms, among others. Yes.
Okay, so who are your target audience?
So my target audience, mainly Ghanaians, but for the sake of stress levels and heart conditions, I'm targeting people 40 years and above. But anyone that wants to wear is allowed to wear it. Okay,
so the reason I'm asking of target audiences, so are you looking at the educated, the uneducated? Can someone who is not educated, can they also wear it, that kind of thing?
I believe that it will favor the educated more, because regardless of the fact that it's predicting your stress levels and heart alerts, if you don't understand what it's telling you, it will be quite hard for it to be functional to you.
Okay.
But maybe in due time, you could find something that's able to,
All right, because I remember you were saying something about how the Apple Watch, you may see it, but you may not be able to understand what you are seeing. But you also make it like, you interpret it in a layman's language that the average person doesn't need to be too technical to get. That's what I was asking, if you have a target audience, so that people don't have to be too technical or health inclined to be able to read the diagnosis. Yes. Is that correct?
Yes. And it would have an app, associated app. So instead of a website, it was suggested to me that I make an app because like
An
people
app, okay.
use more of their phones and
Yeah,
it's easier to use an app. So
Okay.
with the app, maybe we could have even translations,
Okay.
audio
Yeah, that makes
to
sense.
help everyone.
That makes sense. What about partnerships?
Yes,
Have you
so
considered partnerships?
at the moment I have no partnerships, but I would be willing to partner with people that's come on board, health organizations.
Exactly, that's what I was looking at. Maybe hospitals, health institutions. Maybe it could be one of the recommendations that hospitals can offer some of their patients, right? That, oh, we suggest you get this wristwatch or smartwatch because it's going to help. So maybe these are things that you can consider for the long term.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So has there been any roadblocks along the line trying to come up with the smartwatch? Any challenges that you faced?
There have been a few challenges. Sourcing of components has been a challenge because ideally some of these things, not all of them are in Ghana, but there are a few electronic shops that you could get some from. For the PCB design, it had to go to China and be printed before coming back for the components to be placed on it. Without the PCB, like that's the main, like the motherboard type of thing. So without it, it's difficult.
Wow, Amanda, this is really great. I mean, you've done amazing. This is
Thank
amazing
you.
for such a young person as you are. So we really hope that in the future you are going to really do a lot. So I'm sure there are people who are watching right now who are motivated by what you've accomplished and they may want to probably walk in your steps. So if someone also wants to build something like this or toe this line, what kind of training will the person have to go through and will you be able to offer such trainings?
Okay, so for me, this is like a summary of 4 years of electrical and electronics engineering.
Okay.
I feel as though if someone wants to learn, it's definitely possible. You don't have to go and do a whole 4-year degree, but you need like electronics training among others. I feel like with time, I would want to create maybe an academy for teaching people coding and things like that. Hardware, electronics, designing things, connecting things, yes. But for now, anyone could go online also. You could research, find an electronics like technicians among others. I think you'd be fine. But then when I make my academy, I'll definitely put it out there to bring more people, especially young people like myself. So we have a club and we can do more things.
Okay, so guys, Amanda says watch out for Amanda Academy in the next few years.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is also a similar question to what I just asked. Do you have any words of encouragement for young, ambitious people who also want to excel and be pacesetters in their various fields?
Yes. I believe that if you put your mind to it, it's definitely possible. For me, my biggest factor is God. Definitely. It's always been by the grace of God. But I feel as though never doubt yourself. It's so easy for doubts to set in because even along the way, I doubted myself, like, could I really do this? Even after I did it, I was like, wait, isn't this like people reaching out to me? I'm like, wait, how do people see this thing? Do you get it? It's always like, there'll be doubts along the way, but believe in yourself because you're able to do what you set your mind to. And yeah, I think that's
All right.
it.
Amazing. So you said people said you talk about how people see it, right? The response you've gotten from the product or the device, has it blown your mind? Do you think people are, in quotes, blowing it out of proportion? Or maybe you are not placing as much importance on it as other people see it? Or can you talk about that?
Okay, I think it's important.
Yeah.
And definitely it works just the way it should. I have compared values to the smartwatches on the market. So it's actually accurate and all of that. But sometimes it's hard to imagine myself as a 22-year-old that has done this.
Okay.
And I guess starting it wasn't in my mind it was going to go this far. That's why it surprises me, but not because of its functionality.
Yeah, that's actually referring to the sensationalism around it.
It's surreal. Like, I met someone, I think I was working somewhere, and I met someone, and she was like, oh, I saw your post, and it's, yeah, like, I'm not used to it. But yeah, it felt good.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Amanda, so at the beginning of the interview, you spoke about your dad, how he had a near heart attack, which actually what snowballed into us sitting here discussing your health products, right? So how's your dad doing now?
Oh, he's doing very well.
He's doing very well. And how has it been like for him, the whole journey of you starting the smart device because of him? How has he taken it?
Oh, he's been amazing. So when I started, I didn't actually tell him about it.
Okay.
So when he found out my motivation for making it, he was surprised, but he was really happy, and it was thoughtful, so it was good.
I mean, daddy's girl. That's good. Okay, so I'm sure there are a lot of young ladies also watching you, and there's a lot of roadblocks when it comes to science, like STEM, like science, technology, engineering, that kind of thing for ladies. That you don't see it as a ladies thing. If you go to most schools, KNUST, Legon, all the engineering faculties are guys make a majority of the engineering faculties. So, what do you think ladies can do, or how can we empower ladies to also be able to take up what roles, jobs in the STEM field, just as you have, or be able to do things for themselves in the STEM areas?
Okay, so I think the first thing is to not give up even when people tell you not to do it. When I went to school in Ashesi, even in Ashesi, we are a class of, I think, 40 electrical engineering students, and we were 7 girls.
Wow.
Yes. So just don't look at the numbers. Don't let males dominate you and make you think that you can't do it, because you can do it. And regardless of what anyone thinks, prove to them that you can. You can start by researching, reading books, electrical books, motivational books. Build something small. Do something to make people see that, okay, if we give her the opportunity to do this, she's going to come up with bigger things. And then I believe that you'll be allowed to do it, and never feel intimidated. In my class, I was the only electrical engineering girl to graduate first class.
Wow.
But it happened. So if you set your mind to it, you can definitely do it. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward regardless of what anyone says.
Okay, thank you for that. I think I also add that they can also research on maybe ladies in the STEM field that are doing amazing, and then maybe hear their stories, read about them to also get inspired.
Yeah, and join support groups as well. So I volunteer with the Ghana Girl Guide Association, and it empowers females. So I believe that joining a group like that, you would be exposed to more opportunities, and it would help.
That one, Achimota?
Yes, Achimota.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I don't know if it's appropriate to call you the Elon Musk, the female Elon Musk of Africa. So what do you think about technology in Africa in the foreseeable future? Because right now, technology is advancing at an exponential rate. We have AI, we have machine learning, now there's the advent of ChatGPT and all that comes with it. So it seems as if you blink or you snap your fingers and then there's something new has come in the areas of technology. So can you make any projections in the foreseeable future when it comes to tech and even engineering?
So I believe many Ghanaians and Africans have great ideas. We just lack the motivation to push it forward. Sometimes you could do something, but it's not really gaining popularity, and then you put it aside and probably get a white-collar job, going to the office every day. But just do it anyway. Put it out there. You never know who will see it and push it where you want to get to. It's the same as my story. I made it. I didn't think it was going to go out there, but it did. Also, I think that Africa has a great chance of taking over in technology. We just need to motivate ourselves and see that there's so much that we could do. Some of the ideas that the white people have is from Africans anyway, but we don't have the right ways to put it out there, and sometimes people end up selling their ideas to these people, and then they make it into the things that they are today. So let's just motivate ourselves as Africans and keep working at it, and we'll definitely go far.
Okay. So if a company from the US comes, they're offering you $10 million for you to sell your idea, or they want to buy the patent of you, what are you going to say?
Okay, I'm definitely not going to sell my patent, but if they want to work together with me, that it's not such a bad idea. But I would have to think about it, contact my lawyers, And we'll see how that goes.
So
But
you
I'm
are
not
open to selling
selling.
it?
No, I'm not selling it.
$20 million.
I'm not selling
You are
it.
never selling it?
No, I'm not selling
Wow.
it. Yeah. They
So
could hire me.
we have it. We
to
have
work.
it on record. We have it. We can always refer to it.
Yes, yes,
All right.
yes.
Okay. So can you leave the social media handles for young, ambitious ladies and even gentlemen who want to reach out to you for maybe more insights, clarification, or even questions?
You can find me on LinkedIn, Amanda Aninagyei, Aninagyei.
Okay, thank you, Amanda. It has been really great having you on the and I'm on PA Studio platform today. I'm sure our viewers have learned so much. It has been an insightful session. And I'm sure some of them are going to actually repeat the session again, take notes, and then they are going to come back with testimonies saying that to inspire them to go on to do great things. So to our viewers, this is the Anamapa Media Studio. It's an honor to have you watch us. Subscribe to us if you haven't already. We'll catch you another time. Bye-bye.